Welcome to the special edition of the Prep Zone. I'm Darcy Tharp, and I'm joined today by Dillon Mullan from the Washington Post, who covers high school sports. Dillon, how are you today?
I'm good, Darcy. So happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
We're glad to have you as well. And Dillon is here to discuss upcoming playoff hockey action. Who should we start with, Dillon?
Well, there's been a lot of good action on the ice this winter, but we're going to start in Loudoun County, Ashburn to be specific, where the Stonebridge Bulldogs have absolutely rolled through the Northern Virginia Scholastic Hockey League this winter. Led by senior winger Cade Groton and junior Ryan Leibold, the Bulldogs outscored opponents 95-4 on their way to a 10-0 regular season. Groton is a real powerhouse forward, has the ability to pick the puck up in his own zone, power all the way through, get a shot on net. Leibold is a little bit more unassuming of a player. He plays center, has great ice vision, always sort of winds up in the right place. Groton is still trying to figure out his college hockey future, while Leibold has already signed to play juniors with the Junior Springfield Blues in Illinois, where he'll play for a couple years and hope to attract the attention of some college scouts. At Stonebridge, head coach John Lynch has been there for 15 years since the program started. He's adamant that this is the best team he's ever had. They have 5 players who've scored at least 20 points in those 10 regular season wins. And I think we all have to expect that they'll roll through the Northern Virginia Scholastic Hockey League playoffs for a second straight championship there.
Sounds great, Dillon. Look forward to seeing what they're going to do. Should we move on to the Mid-Atlantic Prep Hockey League?
Yeah, so we'll jump from Ashburn to downtown DC, North Capitol Street, Gonzaga College High School, where the Gonzaga Eagles enter the Mid-Atlantic Prep Hockey League playoffs as the #1 seed behind their leader, senior captain Mackie Wheeler. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds, a real durable player, plays both ends of the ice. Gonzaga was 18-8-4 this season. 7 of those losses came to opponents from outside of the area. The Eagles hosted their own tournament, the Purple Puck, which is over the New Year's Christmas holiday period, where they played teams from New Jersey. The Hun school ended up winning that. They went up to Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania to play competition. They went to the Jesuit Hockey Classic in Cleveland, Ohio, where they played Shutuck St. Mary's, which is a prep school from Minnesota where Sidney Crosby went. So yes, they have 8 losses, but the Eagles are very battle-tested, led by Wheeler. As I mentioned, great two-way forward center, back checks. He plays the point on the power play. Great all-around player. I'll be interesting to see how the Eagles do in the playoffs.
Sounds great. I'm interested to see as well. Let's move on to Landon.
Yeah, so the Landon School in Bethesda, they're the defending champions of the Maple. They sort of came out of nowhere to win it last year. They're led by this guy, Patrick Giles. In my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion, he's the most exciting player in the area. He's only a sophomore. He's committed to Boston College already. He's 6'4". He's a real fluid skater, great stick skills, and once or twice a game, he really just has those moments that, sort of leaves you in awe. And he'll lead this Landon team, and I think there's not a defender in the local high school hockey who feels comfortable going against Giles. So definitely watch out for Landon. They have the most dangerous player in the area, so they're definitely one of the most dangerous teams heading into the Maple playoffs.
Wow, sounds great. Well, I'm sure there's a bit of pressure being the defending champions.
Yeah, definitely.
Do they have what could stop them from becoming that again? Do you think will be the biggest challenge?
Well, it's always hard when, Giles is such a talented player, but it's always hard. It's easy for his teammates to sort of sit and watch him. So, if you can come up with a game plan to shut him down, you can sort of throw Landon off their game, and that's happened to them a couple times earlier this year. But I still think as a defending champions with the best player in the area, I like their chances.
Sounds great. Well, I'm sure some other players can step up as well, too. So, shall we move on to St. Albans?
Yeah, so St. Albans, they're having the best school year in team history and program history. They're led by a junior goaltender, Ethan Roth. He's a big goalie. He's 6'2". He's not a goalie that comes out of his crease to challenge shooters. He stays back. He'll leave you a little bit of open net, dare you to shoot, and he's confident in his ability to make the saves. As we mentioned earlier, Gonzaga had 8 losses. 7 of those were against non-local teams. Their one local loss was against St. Albans in a game where Roth just sort of stood on his head, made 24 saves. He's the leader of that team. He's interesting. He's also a pitcher in baseball. So, hockey and baseball, both team sports. But Roth's sort of a guy that, when his team is down, if he's on his game as a goalie or as a pitcher, he can really steal a game for his team, and that's something he really takes pride in. And he definitely has the ability to get hot, and St. Albans can win it all when you have the hottest goalie. That always gives you a chance.
Wow, sounds great. It's always good to be well-rounded, too.
Yeah.
So, well, it sounds like we have some amazing contenders. I look forward to seeing the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to see how it all shapes out. The Maple final is this Friday in Laurel, and then next Friday at the Ashburn Ice Gardens will be the NVSHL final. So yes, definitely looking forward to see how both of those shape up.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today, Dillon.
Thanks so much for having me, Darcy. I had a blast.
Thank you. Stay tuned for the hockey playoffs coming up. Thank you for watching the Prep Zone.